Hey, what's happening, people? So Tottenham have an agreement in principle to sign Richarlison after reaching a breakthrough on personal terms. The fee is expected to be in the region of £50 million, and the forward is set to complete a medical in his homeland Brazil later today. Should this man prove to be a success, Spurs could potentially pay an extra 10 million quid in add-ons. On the face of it, the price is certainly on the higher side for a player who's unlikely to be a starter, but given the permanent implementation of the 5 substitutes rule, the fixture congestion Tottenham will face in a condensed calendar with a minimum of 46 games and a maximum well in excess of 60, and the fact that they'll finally have quality depth on the attacking front, Richarlison is worth every penny. It does my fucking head in when people bemoan having bench strength. It's almost as if Manchester City are the only club allowed to have squad depth at the minute. A strong first 11 will win you games, but it's a collective contribution by those on the fringes which leads to silverware, which is very much a distinct possibility now with serial winner Conte getting backed in the market by the big master of negotiations Daniel Levy. In terms of his background, I don't even know where to begin. I've been a huge fan of this bloke ever since he rocked up at Vicarage Road as a teenager and became the only player in their entire squad to partake in every Premier League game that season. A remarkable achievement for someone so young and living outside their motherland for the first time. After scoring and assisting 5 goals, he sealed a move to Goodison Park for an initial £35 million with a further £15 million in add-ons, which were no doubt paid in full after this lad's performances over the course of 4 seasons. He's been linked with a move to the likes of Barcelona in the last few years, and Everton have done extremely well to keep a hold of him for as long as they have, given the club has been falling apart. While it's a dagger blow for Toffee supporters to see him depart, he'll always be a hero for his 53 goals and 22 assists across 173 matches, with last season's output almost single-handedly helping Everton beat the drop. Aside from being the best player in the side, he was also the most hard-working and seemed to care a lot more than his teammates, a rare combination in today's game. In addition, he partook in shithousery of biblical proportions both on and off the pitch. It may rub many up the wrong way, but I personally love to see it, particularly because it boiled the piss of so many Liverpool fans around the world. It'll be a matter of months before the Neanderthals on AFTV are screaming for his head. As Mourinho has repeated numerous times in the past, nice guys win fuck all, and having a bit of bite is what Spurs need to bring an edge to their game. Regarding Richarlison's style of play, he can operate across the front 3, which will be brilliant for tactical flexibility and to rotate with any of the current starters. As a right-footed left-sided forward, however, he's at his best when cutting in from the left channel, moving infield from a wider starting position which opens up space for the left back, who will be doing cartwheels in his living room at the minute, and also unsettling defenders who desperately attempt to show him on the outside. He's not one of them inverted wingers that you see in the modern day game. Rather than occupying the touchline to create width, he's deployed as a finisher as depicted from the heat map. His interchange via quick passing combinations and direct approach to the game helps unlock compact defenses, who will be bricking it at the thought of him coming off the bench against their tired legs. Despite being a Brazilian, he's not the most expressive in possession with very few tricks and flicks. Instead, he prefers to run straight at opposition players and make them commit before dinking the ball over their foot and bursting forward. His higher starting point makes him an early target during attacking transitions, where his explosiveness comes to life and helps win free kicks for his side as defenders resort to fouling him to halt potentially lethal counterattacks. Even though he's only 5'10", he poses a significant threat in the air with a massive leap and excellent timing while attacking crosses. You'll find him making well-timed runs on the blind side of a defender, which often leaves him with an open header. There are times where he can get caught in possession when attempting to dribble his way out of trouble, but his work rate more than makes up for losing the ball. Out of possession, he'll tirelessly run the channels to help create space for runners from midfield, who might find themselves get opportunities to end up in more advanced positions than they're accustomed to. Rather than just roaming around like a headless chicken, he's also intelligent enough to block passing lanes into key central areas by covering spaces laterally, which results in fullbacks hoofing the ball up the pitch into no man's land or out of play for a throw-in. As the first line of defense, he'll make the other teams recycle the ball in their own half rather than play it into potentially dangerous areas. Overall, this is a brilliant signing. For those unaware, Richarlison is essentially unmatched when it comes to mental fortitude. He had a seriously difficult upbringing in a poor neighborhood. His parents' divorce saw him use football as a means of escape, and he had to man up very quickly as his father suffered from clinical depression. He was rejected time and time again by clubs around the country and began selling ice pops at the age of 11 to make ends meet. While searching for a club, he then worked in a car wash and helped his grandfather on a farm in 45-degree weather. While it's been an upward trajectory since getting snapped up by America Mineiro in 2014, he'll always remember where he came from and fight tooth and nail for the cause, something Antonio Conte will admire greatly. Taking into account this is a World Cup year, with Richarlison currently having 4 goals in his last 4 games for the country in 2022, I wouldn't be surprised if he fought his way into Spurs' 11 before November. Unlike certain individuals who might perhaps take it easy in September and October to ready themselves for Qatar, Richarlison will play every game as if it's his last. He's the only individual I know who completed a whole season, then played in the Copa America, before deciding to partake in the Olympics in the same summer and still coming back in time for the start of the following preseason. A warrior in every sense of the word. Cheers for tuning in, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do consider giving it a like if that's the case. And if you're new to the channel and a Spurs supporter, I suggest you check out my videos on Ivan Perisic and Bissouma. I'll also do one on Clement Longley once that becomes imminent. And as always, it's been a pleasure talking about Tottenham. Peace and have a great day. Ciao.